Today is Friday, February 13th, 2026. Welcome to This Week in Natural Refrigerants News, where we recap the top stories on naturalrefrigerants.com. This podcast is generated and read by artificial intelligence and may contain errors.
We're your hosts, AT and MO, and the articles for today's podcast were organized by naturalrefrigerants.com's managing editor and written by its writers. You can find links to each article in the show notes.
So, kicking things off, there's a lot of buzz around the upcoming Hemisphere LATAM event.
Oh, absolutely. It's happening March 9th and 10th down in Bogota. And really, the big headline here is the speaker list.
Who are we looking at?
Well, for starters, Cencosud, their sustainability manager, is giving a keynote.
That's a massive retail chain, right?
Yeah.
Over 1,000 supermarkets.
Exactly. And they're not just talking theory. They already have, I think, 15 of their stores running on transcritical CO2 systems.
So they're proving it works on the ground.
Yes, and that sends a huge signal. We're also seeing Nestlé on the docket and OXXO Colombia.
The convenience store chain.
That's the one. And, the panel topics are getting pretty serious, too. They're talking policy, training, and even tackling PFAS and TFA.
So it's moving beyond just the tech and into the real-world implementation challenges.
It's a sign of a maturing market, for sure.
Okay, let's jump from Latin America over to the Asia-Pacific market. This story from JEXSYS, formerly Nihon Netsugen Systems, is pretty incredible.
This one really stood out. They've launched a CO2 heat pump that generates high-temperature hot water.
And when we say high temperature, what are we talking about?
We are talking up to 130 degrees Celsius. That's 266 Fahrenheit.
Wow, that's boiler territory.
It is. It's designed specifically to replace boilers in the food and beverage industry. Think sterilization, cleaning, drying, processes that need serious pressurized heat.
I thought ammonia was the go-to for that, but it topped out lower.
It did, usually around 90 degrees Celsius. So this really opens up new possibilities. And the efficiency is there, with a COP of 4.8.
Almost 5 times more efficient than standard electric heat.
It's a huge step forward, especially with rising fossil fuel costs.
Speaking of efficiency, let's head to Europe. Johnson Controls has a New York brand heat pump.
Yes, the YAS R290. So this is a propane air-to-water reversible unit.
What's the standout feature here?
I'd say it's versatility. It can operate in really cold ambient temperatures down to minus 20 C, but still deliver hot water up to around 77 C.
So it's built for those tough climates.
Definitely. And one model, the YAS SC-GPS, offers simultaneous cooling and heating.
How does that work in practice?
Imagine a commercial building. You're cooling one area but need hot water somewhere else. Instead of just dumping the waste heat from cooling, it recovers that energy to heat the water.
So it's recycling its own energy.
Right, and that gives it a total efficiency ratio of up to 8.68. It's just incredibly efficient.
All right, let's pivot to a totally different application. Data centers. There's a piece here on a solution from BAC.
This is from the Clean Cooling for Data Centers report. It details BAC's Cobalt system, which is an immersion cooling solution.
Immersion cooling. So
Yeah.
we're literally submerging the servers.
We are. It's a single-phase immersion system, which they argue is a lot safer and more efficient than direct-to-chip cooling.
Why is that? The risk of leaks.
That's a big part of it. DTC can be really complex with lots of piping right next to expensive hardware. BAC's system uses an in-tank heat exchanger, which eliminates a whole separate coolant distribution unit.
So it's a simpler, more integrated setup.
Much simpler. The tanks in the data hall connect directly to outdoor coolers. It's a much more streamlined end-to-end approach.
Okay, for our last story, let's look at Advancer. They've launched an enhanced version of their Cubig 2 unit.
Yeah, and this is a pretty significant upgrade, not just a minor tweak.
What are the new specs?
They've managed to get 50% more capacity out of it. The MT capacity is up to 600 kilowatts, and the heating capacity is now at 850 kilowatts.
That's a lot of power. Who is that aimed at?
It's targeted at large supermarkets, cold storage facilities, and industrial-scale heat pump applications.
And there was something in the article about performance stability.
Yes, and that's key. They've optimized it so the low-temp performance doesn't dip when the medium temp load is high. It's a much more stable and reliable system under pressure.
So better performance all around.
Exactly.
This is AT&MO, and this has been the Week in Natural Refrigerant News.